What happens when you take an ordinary all-in-one desktop PC monitor and stretch it out from the regular 16:9 aspect ratio to a 21:9 aspect ratio? Well, you get something very unusual like this Lenovo B750. It's an all-in-one desktop PC, but the monitor is much wider than you would expect. We've seen a handful of both individual monitors and even one or two laptops that have this 21:9 aspect ratio. That basically means the screen is 2560 wide by 1080 high, 1080 being the same as in a regular 1920 by 1080 display. It's not like having two 1080p monitors next to each other, but it does give you a lot more screen real estate than you would with just one regular monitor. You can use this for a couple of things. You can kind of replace a multiple monitor setup and have two fairly big, let's say, browser windows or application windows next to each other. It's also great for movies. HD films, especially Blu-rays, will play on this if you have the right software. Without those letterbox black bars at the top and bottom, it'll actually fill the entire screen CinemaScope style. And the third reason you may be interested in this is gaming is actually a lot of fun. This guy has a discrete graphics card, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760. That's a pretty decent card. It's last year's card. It's not the highest end, but it's okay. And if you get a game to play at the native resolution of the screen, then you get a much larger field of vision. You basically get more sort of peripheral vision while you're playing either a first-person or third-person action game. We played BioShock, we played Skyrim, we played Metro, and a few other games, and it felt like a much more immersive experience. The trade-off being that you do have to dial down some of the detail settings, and the frame rates are not going to be as good. When we went from 1920 by 1080 resolution to the wider 2560 resolution, we definitely took a bit of a performance hit, and that's why it's good that we have a decent mid to mid-high graphics card in here already. Of course, you also get an HDMI input, so you can just use this with an external device like a laptop or a tablet or a game console. It's got a subwoofer in the back in addition to the two speakers here, so the sound is pretty decent. And of course, because it's a desktop all-in-one, you get a lot of USB ports, 6 of them as a matter of fact. We're more used to seeing, 2, maybe 3 on a laptop. It's an unusual system. It's not for everybody. I found it to be a lot of fun, and I think the high-end parts in here, the Core i7, the decent GPU, the big hard drive, and this really big screen, you can get it all for about $14.50, which is a pretty decent price considering this is unlike pretty much anything else you're going to get. I'm Ben Ackerman, and that's the Lenovo B750.